Hi, welcome to Organized Zen Now. My name is Janie Downey. Thank you so much for joining me here today. So Organized Zen is all about getting to the work that comes right from your heart, and then it's figuring out a Zen way to get it done without stressing yourself out and figuring out what works for you, what you want to get done in the short time we have here on Earth, and a way that works for you to get it done. If this talk is helpful to you, please like, please share, and please subscribe. When you subscribe to a channel on YouTube, it may not seem like there's any effect, but it helps other YouTubers find stuff that they're interested in. So it's super helpful to me, and hopefully it's helpful to others. And I know you're helpful, so thank you so much for your help with that. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today is decluttering. And a friend of mine teased me one time and said, does everything that for you have to do with organization? And it kind of does. But decluttering, I feel, has a direct impact on not only what you're doing, but how you're getting it done. So here's a thought to open with that. So this is from Marie Kondo, who wrote The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which, amongst other books. She's the organizational guru for me. Here's her quote. The question of what you want to own is also the question of how you want to live your life. So there's a good summary for me. The want being the operative word there. What you're choosing to do with your space is also what you're choosing to do with your life. All right. So I will preface all of that by saying, though, too, decluttering is not for everybody. So decluttering takes time, it takes intent, it takes focus. I was giving a talk one time at a library up in Maine, and I love this. So at the beginning of the talk, I asked the group what they wanted me to cover to make sure that I covered it. And a woman raised her hand, first person to raise her hand, and she said, I got chaos at my house. And I thought, oh my God, I've only got 90 minutes. I hope I can cover chaos. But I said, so you want to tell me some more on that? She said, it's chaos. It's can't have anyone over soon. And I said, oh, so you have a clutter issue. She said, I have a huge clutter issue in my dining room. And I said, well, I'm gonna cover that. So I'll catch up with you at the end. So I gave my talk. We talked about intent, and we talked about focus, and we talked about energy. We talked about decluttering. And when I got to the end of the talk, I said, did that help you? Do you feel like you have some solutions now where can you set a schedule? Can you give yourself a deadline? Can you make this a community event? Can you you clearly have some friends here in the group. Can you invite them over to dinner? And that will give you a deadline. Plus it's fun to give you an opportunity to give yourself an opportunity to declutter. And she said, well, I don't want people to come over. And then she and I both just kind of paused and looked at each other. And I said, you don't want people at your house? And she said, I don't like it when people come to my house. So for her, clutter was both a physical barrier and a mental barrier to say, I don't want that. So it was easier for her to say to people, you can't come over, my house is a mess, than it was to say, I just really need this to be my private space. So if that's the case with you, decluttering is a trendy thing. If it is not honestly for you, you're done with the video for today. Just turn it off, go your merry way, own your space, own the way that you like it. Decluttering has to come for you, from you, not because other people are telling you that you need to get it done, or you can spend a lot of time on it and it's not going to be successful. So here's 7 reasons, though, why I think decluttering might be fun for you. Number 1, when you declutter, you see instant results. And this never happens in most parts of life. If you're trying to write a book, or you're trying to learn a language, or play an instrument, those take time. They take a lot of time. When you declutter, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. You have intent, you do the work, you see the result of it. Hardly ever happens in life. So hopefully you get that good buzz from it. Number 2, when you declutter, you will find things, I guarantee you, that you did not know that you owned. You're in the depths of a drawer, you're in the back corner of a closet, and you're going to have that aha moment. Oh, I forgot I even owned that. What helps with that is, 1, now you know you own it. The second is, next time you're out, you're not going to buy something that looks exactly like something that you already owned that you forgot that you owned. And the third thing is similar. Once you know what you have, you know where it is. So in a pinch, when you need tape, or you need a nail, or you need a paper clip, you're not searching around and thinking, I know I own them, I don't know where they are, I'll just go buy some new ones. Because then you've got more stuff that's coming in, you've got a future clutter problem. So now you know what you have, and you know where to find it without a big effort. Number 4, When you declutter, you have to make a lot of little decisions. These aren't life-changing decisions. These are in your head, and they're training your brain to say, I'm making decisions. And by the time you end up decluttering, you get pretty good at that because you've had to make a lot of little decisions. And I've had a number of people tell me that after they decluttered, they feel more decisive about their life. So I've made decisions. I've seen something happen in my drawer, in my closet, in my refrigerator, and now maybe I want to clear out something at work. Maybe I want to clear out something that's in a relationship because I'm feeling much more decisive about my life. Number 5, when you declutter, your life just in general feels simpler. And simple is a Zen feeling of, I have less going on. It's less complicated. What you visually see in front of you hopefully reflects then some Zen and quiet in your soul. Number 6, this is an odd one. When the universe sees that you have a clear space, you may get gifts. Oh, her desk is clear. I'm going to give her a new idea because she appears to be able to have space for that. She maybe was going to be able to tackle that right now. The drawer, maybe now some magical piece comes into my drawer because now I have some space that's open for that. So be prepared for that. And then the number 7, I like to declutter, so it's not stressful to me. It might feel a little stressful to you when you get into it. I will guarantee you, though, if you don't feel the little energy bubbles as you're doing it, you should feel a good energy pulse when you're done because it's simple. It's something that you tackled, and I hope it makes you joyous. So there's 7 reasons why you might want to declutter. Now we're going to get into the brass tacks. How do I declutter? And I will say these are the same steps no matter what you're decluttering, whether it's the desk, the closet, the refrigerator. The same steps always help you declutter and make sure that this is something that maintains, not something that you're just doing one-off. The first is to clear out the space. So if I'm decluttering a desk, take everything off the desk. If I'm doing a shelf, everything comes off the shelf. Same in a closet. The closet is the most tempting one to not take everything out because you're like, I'll take all these hangers out. This is heavy. But if you just sort of go through, you're not going to get the feel of what all's in there. So take everything out. Put it all in one space, on a bed, on the floor. Clear it out. You want the space that it's in now to look open and clear. Now, you're going to look at all the stuff you pulled out. And Marie Kondo would say, you're going to hold on to it if it sparks joy. I say you're feeling energy in it. So if you pick up something and you just feel that there's energy in you, there's energy in this object, then that's a keeper. So I love this pink sweater. I don't wear it that often, but it's a high energy piece to me. I love the color. I love the way it fits. So it's going to go in a pile that is my good. It's my keep it. It's my high energy pile. If people have given you things or that you don't necessarily love, if you have things that let's say clothing that you bought and you were one size and you're a different size now, or you bought and it was maybe expensive and you think, I never really loved it, but it was expensive, I can't just get rid of it. Those have a weird energy to them, and you'll feel that only if you're feeling each one. So you're looking at each piece and saying, high energy, if it's no, needs to go in a separate pile. Here's the big trick with that. You've got one pile, hopefully it's your bigger pile, of the stuff that you're keeping. Of the stuff you're not keeping, you don't want to keep evaluating this like, it's stuff I'll make a decision about later. You want to make a decision right then. It's either in the good pile or there's a number of boxes that could go in or bags. There's 2 primary ones that you will use. Number 1 is trash. It's not useful to anyone else, so it's going to go in the trash. The number 2 is, and hopefully this is a good pile for you versus trash, is somebody else could use this, so it doesn't need to go to Goodwill, some charity that you like. They're always looking for clothes and shoes and hats and gloves, so it's going to go to a good home. If you don't feel the energy for you, maybe it's the perfect thing for somebody else, especially something that's a gift. Maybe you've never even worn it. So now you've got your piles, you're all ready, and you look at the space, and now you're going to clean the space. And this is important because this is sort of washing it clear of the energy that was in it before. So if it's a closet, it has a floor, it has a rod, it has shelves. Give that all a good cleaning. Same thing with the desktop, same thing with shelves. You want it to be as if it's a brand new space for you because it's going to be a brand new space for the stuff that you put back in it. And then this, I'm a big advocate of taking time to just think. Now, before you take any action, because you're on a roll, sit back and look at that space and really think about how you're going to use that space. So the desk that you've been using, is that the highest, best use of that desk? Is it the highest, best use of what was in that drawer? Do the things that you had in that drawer make sense to have in that drawer? Easy access, stuff that you use when you're in that space. So you're really evaluating highest, best use and how do I want to reassemble that? And then you're ready to reassemble. So now you've got your things in similar order and you're going to put them back in the similar order. So in your closet, your sweaters should be together, your shirts should be together, your pants should be together. And I'll tell you why that's important for two reasons. One is when you go to put something away, which is a huge part about staying decluttered, you want to put it back with its friends. So it's easiest if your pants are together, your sweaters are together. It knows, you know where to put it back. You also, when you put your sweaters together, your shirts together, your pens together, your tape together, you know how much you have of something. And then you know, I have 14 blue sweaters or I have 3 black t-shirts. I don't need any more of one of these. Putting similar things together helps you figure that out. Pens in drawers. Oh my gosh, it's amazing how many pens a person can own. So put them back together. When you're reassembling, now is the time to think about dividers, containers. I'm not a huge advocate to go out and just get organizational structures to put in something until you know what you've got to put in it and what you want the highest best use. You may decide that a drawer needs 3 big dividers. You may decide because of what you have left that it needs 7 little dividers. So until you have the stuff that you know you want to go in there and you've given it that thought process, don't just jam everything back in. It needs to have a space, and if it needs a divider, you're going to do that. And then that all gets back to how that helps you maintain it. If there's a place for paper clips, if there's a place for tape, it's easier to maintain it. You don't have to give it so much thought the next time that you're using it. So those are the basic steps of why you want to declutter and then how you want to declutter, no matter what it is that you're decluttering. So you probably know where I'm headed because I like to do a little activity to make this seal in. So the activity is to declutter one thing. And this should be a simple thing. So things that have a lot of mixed energy are really tricky to declutter. So family mementos, old photos, a lot of energy in there. Old work folders, there's a lot of thinking that has to go. You just have a lot of different energy that's tied in with those. Don't start with those. Start with something that's pretty basic, like a countertop, a desk, one drawer, the refrigerator side versus just doing both the refrigerator and the freezer. Just take everything out of one side, but something that's simple and they're not terribly attached to. Once you've decided that, make sure that this is a good time to do this. This is not, I got 5 minutes before I'm headed out the door. This is not, I got company coming over tonight. Don't do it. If you got company coming over, you know what you're going to do. You're going to push everything aside, and then you're going to have a bigger mess to clean up later. So you have time, you have the energy, you've made the decision about what's simple, and then dig in and take those steps and say, can I get through this, a beginning, a middle, and an end? And then the last step, I'm a big advocate of paper and pen, is to write down. This is what I worked on. This is what it felt like. I either felt super stressed or I felt really good, or, oh my gosh, I can't believe how many pens I had. You're talking to yourself, you're congratulating yourself on getting something done, and you're also reflecting so that your brain understands if you've made a decision out of that. If you decide that wasn't all that fun for me, I'm going to live with my clutter, you're going to feel a Zen lift from that says, I'm okay with having this kind of clutter. Or you're going to feel like, when I finished that, I felt happy. I felt simpler. I felt chagrined that I owned this much stuff. But how did that make you feel? And if that makes you feel good about the drawer, then I hope then your next step would be to say, okay, when I have that next time and energy, I'm going to clear off the table. I'm going to clean out the refrigerator. Same steps, but I'm just going to do these one at a time. If that makes you feel better, does it make your house feel better? Your office feel better? Can you take that out to the world and make the world a little less cluttered? Okay. Good luck with this, and I hope this is helpful. If it is, please like, please share, and please subscribe, and I hope to see you here again. All right, have a good time. Bye.